What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on? So we are back again for another episode of Catfish. Listen, y'all know how I've been talking my shit, but they didn't gave me a catfish that I can go to fuck in on. Okay, look, this is girl episode 23, and then it ain't even the final episode of the season. They gonna put on the little breakdown of serial catfishes next week. So like, could you just put this shit in succession so we can end this and get on with our fall schedule? Okay, but. This one was called Caitlyn and Kenton. Okay, that was good. That was good. I'm a little parched. Sorry, you guys. But we get Jose and Jose from last week, and in the process of them talking about Jose and Jose, because they were still in Massachusetts, and they were just finishing up with him. They was in a coffee shop, and then this girl comes up and was like, "Oh my God, are you guys Max and Eve? And I'm so sorry to interrupt you guys, but I wanted to reach out to you guys, but since you're here, can I ask you a question?" And it was like, cool, okay. Do you happen to know a guy named Kenton? And I was like, no. And it was like, you never seen this guy right here. And so they just going through her phone at the pictures and stuff. And Max was like, no, no. Neve was like, no either. And then we see a picture of Kenton and Neve together. It was like he said that he's your personal trainer. He was like, well, since we got this picture, I said, girl, it could be Photoshop. Okay, y'all know how the shit works. It could be Photoshop. But he said, well, maybe one day we did meet up, just come across each other. But no, I don't know him. And no, I don't have a personal trainer. And he's in Kentucky. And I never had a personal trainer in no Kentucky. And so she was just talking, and then she's just trying to find out if this guy's real. So they take on her case. Come to find out, she's had a rough past, and she meets up with this guy. Well, she finds this guy. They start talking, and it's the same old shit. We don't Skype, we don't we message, and we talk on the phone, but we haven't video chatted. They only been together or talking for like 2 months. And feelings, I guess, are really developing strong. She has a 2-year-old daughter. She's a single mom. The dad ain't shit, according to her. When they get to really know what's going on with her, come to find out that she used to live down in Florida, and I think she was born there in Massachusetts, and then they moved down to Florida. When she was 14, she was raped by a close family friend, and that caused them to move back up to Massachusetts. And you know, she was, feeling a lot about that. You know how that survivor stuff, and the depression or whatever that goes along with sexual assault and rape at a young age, especially. She was feeling that. And so when she got in contact with Kenton, they were sharing similar stories. Apparently he was a survivor or a victim of sexual abuse too when he was younger. And then all of a sudden the conversation went from trying to be, I want to get to know you, and oh, I like you, and how you been doing, and all that stuff, to you need to move down here. No, bitch, you need to move down here now. Why haven't you answered my texts and stuff like this? I'm sitting here like, girl, you still want to be with somebody who acting like this, who acting like they have so much control over you, and y'all not even in the same freaking state? Like, I just didn't understand that. I said, it's too much stuff going on in this situation. I would have been backed off, okay? And, I guess she just wants some love or something. I don't know. But it was red flags everywhere in this relationship. So they went on ahead and they looked around for him. And, because he really wasn't talking to her as much no more, she was like, he just kind of like dropped off, disappeared a little bit, and they go look up his picture. All these pictures of him come up, and then they look at the Facebook that was with it. Come to find out, this is actually the real person. Okay, they on his Facebook. On it says that he was in a relationship March 6th. Now he started talking to Casey, not Casey, but Caitlyn, Caitlyn, around what was it, February? So you just not putting up in that. I guess y'all made it official in March, but apparently that wasn't for her. And this girl underneath it named Casey, she responded and said, "I love you." So they hit her up, and then they hit this other girl under his page named Rachel up. Rachel calls back or sends a message back and was saying how, he had just randomly dropped in her inbox and was messaging her about how to deal with a relationship that he was in with this girl named Paige at the time. Mind you, all of this was happening around June or something, okay? In the process and in the time limit where he's supposed to be going with Caitlyn, okay? And she was like, he was flirting and all this stuff and talking about how he gonna get back with his girlfriend and all this shit. Then Casey calls and says, yeah, she met him in Cincinnati, and then they kind of reconnected in Kentucky. They dated for a month. She broke up with him because he was flirting and talking. She saw some old emails or whatever saying that, you know, he trying to get back with his ex and, you know, be there for his daughter because he also has a child himself. And at first they was like, is this really real? Do he really have a child? She was like, yeah, I met him. I met the child. And so now at this point, they have to tell all this stuff to Caitlyn. So they on the way to her house, and as they driving, they get a phone call from Kenton himself, and he was like, I said, first of all, his voice was disgusting to me. And the girl, I think Casey was like, yeah, you know, he's not really that good of a guy. He's a womanizer. A lot of women be on him. And when I saw him in person, I was like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. To be quite honest, and I'm not even trying to do this, but I just didn't get the hype about him. He gets on that phone and he was like, basically, you know, I hear y'all was up here trying to talk about me and find out some information on me, and I need to come there so I can clear the air. So I'm over there in Caitlyn's hometown already. And we was like, everybody went, hold up, hold up. We on the way to go tell Caitlyn what's going on about you, and your ass is already here. So it took this for you to want to come over there to her when you was pressuring her to come down there to Kentucky. That's how you knew he was full of shit. Because if you can easily just drop your stuff and come down and all this stuff, girl, stop playing with the bullshit. That was two. Okay, you got the exes, you know, saying that you was flirting, you was doing this, carrying on a relationship or trying to do a relationship while you was with somebody else, this Caitlyn girl, and they had no clue that this was going on. Everybody is oblivious to what's happening, but him, because he's the one that's playing with the cards, okay? Then you get on a plane, once you hear that Catfish people are trying to, you know, seep into your past and see what's going on, and, you know, catch you up because you feel like you're getting caught up. That's why you brought your ass down there, so you can get on camera and so you can embarrass this girl and put the blame on her. That's exactly what fucking happened. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's what his goal was. You couldn't tell me no different. Because if you thought that this girl was doing all this shit, you could have called her on the phone and told her this and cleared that shit up. You ain't have to hop on no plane because that was a waste of a plane ticket. Who brought that plane ticket? MTV, did you really reach out and do this underhandedly, or did he really just go ahead and buy that plane ticket himself? Because you waste a plane ticket unless you had another bitch out there that you was kind of see and fuck on. I didn't see the point of you coming out here if you was gonna be a dick like that. They met up, and Max and Eve met up with him first outside of their hotel. When I see him, you supposed to be a personal trainer. Now, bitch, my body ain't shit, but bitch, it's getting there, okay? Because as soon as I get off of here, I'm finna go do an hour on the fucking exercise bike, all right? 10 miles, bitch. I gotta get my 10 miles in every fucking day and drink my motherfucking water. But after that, I'm looking, I said, you must have stopped training and you must don't go to the gym as often, because when you put your arm down, I see a little fat pudging over your elbows just like mine, okay? So, that's one. I kept on thinking, oh, the girl said, yeah, girls be crawling all over him and all that stuff. I said, for what? When he started talking, bitch, don't even fucking try it. You start fucking talking, and I'm sitting here like, can he open up his mouth wide enough? He was talking like this. I said, open up your lips, bitch. Are you scared that they're going to rip or something? You know, do this. He couldn't do that. His mouth stayed like this. I said, open up your fucking mouth. Why your lips so close together like that? Or do you not have lips? What is going on? All right. And then has the nerve to say, his whole reasoning, He said, no, everybody, I need to find out which girl that you was talking to that said some stuff about me so I can tell you what was going on. That's how you know when you're trying to cover up your lies and stuff so you can get the right story. So they said Rachel. Rachel said you was talking and you hit her up in the inbox. Nah, she lying. You know, we was just talking. That's all that is. And then Casey, yeah, we was talking. We had a relationship, but it was after, me and Caitlyn got into a relationship after Casey. Casey didn't say that. Casey said otherwise, and I would believe the woman over a man any day in this situation because he was just, you could just tell he was lying, trying to cover up his tracks. And then he did the classic, let's flip it on the girl type of shit. He said the reason why he did not, he kind of backed off from her is because she was not returning his text in a timely fashion. She would return his text. She started returning his text late and late and late. And I'm sitting here like, are you serious? And he was like, dead ass. And I said, bitch, be gone. Okay, because he literally said, I know she works and I know she got a daughter. Yeah, that's fine or whatever, but that's no excuse, to be honest. You make time for people that you want to make time for. It was like, I work way more hours than her. She worked 30 hours a week. I work more than that. And I make time for her and all that stuff. And yeah, I said, bitch, first of all, she's a single mother. She's working all these hours. She got time for her daughter. You don't even come close to that, okay? The child, let me just tell y'all this. Because when they later went on ahead and met up, he said the exact same thing to her and tried to make this girl feel bad as shit and make her to feel the one that was fucking up the relationship. And he kept reiterating this fact that if you wanted to be with me and if you wanted my time or whatever, you would have made time to talk to me, okay, if you was really that interested in me. And the way that he was speaking to her and the way that he couldn't even look up at her and he was being so nonchalant with it and making it seem like it was all her fault, and he took no blame and no responsibility in this because he's trying to cover up the fact that he was cheating and doing all this other shit. He really didn't have no interest in her, because if you can drop somebody that you claim that you had interest in and you really wanted to be with that quick over something so small like that, you were playing a game and you were never really in it. This little pumpkin head ass bitch, he probably voted for fucking Trump, okay? So that's why I don't give a fuck shit. And he was just sitting there trying to make this girl is literally crying. And you don't even take care of your daughter. And now to see the way that you're talking, I can understand why. I don't even need a fucking reason. I wouldn't want your child by your ass either, because you look like if they so much as a, say, wah, you'll pop the shit out of them into a fucking wall. He was giving off, I beat bitches ass for a living tease. That's what he was giving off. I said, Caitlyn, what you don't understand is, I understand you got your little heart or your little feelings hurt because you actually thought you was building a connection with this person, and you let yourself go there, but you have a child to think about, and this was actually a lifesaver, okay? This was something that you needed to open up your eyes in a decision maker that was actually for the best, because you would have went your ass down there. First of all, he was demanding for you to come down there to Kentucky. Who the fuck's gonna demand me to come somewhere or this is gonna be over? Well, bitch, it's over. My child comes fucking first, okay? I can't just uproot like that. My family out here, we only been talking for 2 fucking months, bitch, and I ain't never seen your ass, and you want me to come move down there? Get the fuck out of here. I said, Caitlyn, if you would have moved down there with this motherfucker, either he would have been beating your ass, he probably would have beat your daughter, popped her ass, and then probably would have left your ass high and dry and was cheating on your ass. This was a blessing in fucking disguise, girl. You can cry your tears, be a little sad over for a cute little second, dry that shit up and move the fuck on, because that motherfucker wasn't worth your time anyway. He was playing a fucking game, and the bitch wasn't even cute. He was not fucking cute. I don't give a shit what y'all say. He was not cute, bitch, okay? Even with my dyke eyes, I can see that motherfucker wasn't cute, okay? I'm sitting here like, you got too much attitude to be doing all this shit. And then was sitting there like this. I said, bitch, are you serious? And I just couldn't understand the fact that he was just trying to put it all on her. Oh, okay. I dated a lot of single mamas already, and that was another red flag. So this is your pattern, what you do, okay? You literally, and they ain't never did nothing like this. Everybody's situation is fucking different, Kenton. If you're fucking watching, okay, you're trash. All right. Why don't you get somebody in your own hometown? Probably they already know that you on some fuck shit. So that's why you gotta go on internet and get into long distance relationship and try to control people through online stuff and intimidate them. How dare you try to tell a mother who is a mother to a young child under the age of fucking 5 that if she had time, she had time. It don't matter if she working and she got a child. You can make time for me. No, that time goes to her daughter, and she gives you the time that she is able to give you. It's called being fucking considerate. Okay, that's all it's called. Having decency, having fucking sympathy and empathy to her situation that she is doing this shit by herself. All right, you don't have to bring up your child because the mama got it because she's smart as fuck not to let you see the little girl, little boy, whoever it is. Okay, because look like they better off without your ass. All right, they don't need to be picking up your fuckboy traits. Okay, they don't need that. All right, and I just want y'all to understand. Y'all get into these relationships. And if you have a child, I cannot stand a person, whether it's a male or female, who will put that spouse above their child, especially if it's a young child. No, you don't do that. That child came out your body, and that child is your first and only priority at that time, for real, for real. That's what it is. Everything else comes afterwards. You get up in the morning to go provide for your child. You go to that job so you can get money to pay your bills, to pay the rent, so that you can have a roof over your child's head and you can put food on the table for your child and then yourself. Okay? That's how that shit works, all right? When you have a child, shit change, okay? It can't just be all about your spouse or whatever, because no, it's about this young person who can actually depend on you because they can't do for themselves. And if you get in a relationship with somebody that don't understand that, and you speaking to them and they tell you, basically get mad at you because you putting your child first, somebody that can't do nothing for themselves and they're able bodied and they don't understand, drop that bitch and move the fuck on, because that ain't the one for you. Any fucking way. Y'all have a good night. That was Catfish. And he was still saying the same thing when they did the 2 month later thing. I said, fuck this nigga. I was waiting for Max and Need to just click off. Max needed to click off. Max was over. He was like, listen, I don't give a fuck what you got to say, okay? How do you feel about Caitlyn? Okay? Max forever being over it. He took that girl outside. He was like, he just being a little bitch. Okay? He out here acting like a little pansy-ass princess. I said, you better speak the truth, Max. And Max don't give no fucks. He said, bitch, you can come at me whatever you got. Okay? If you want to. Yes, I called you a little bitch. I'm not finna bleep this out. I'm not finna sugarcoat it. You are a little pussy-ass bitch. And that's exactly what you are, Kenton. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.